For those of you that don't know, that was my impression of Tom Hardy in the movie Dunkirk. That man knows how to act with his eyeballs. Hey guys, it's Luke here. Sorry this review is coming to you a little bit late. This is a review for the movie Dunkirk, which is by Christopher Nolan. It's coming to you a few weeks late because, yep, I have been busy as usual, but I have wanted to talk about this film because when I first saw it, oh my god, absolutely blew me away. Christopher Nolan is just one of those directors who just keeps managing to raise the bar. And Dunkirk is Christopher Nolan's 10th movie, and Dunkirk might actually be his most accessible film he's done to date, because the story is a retelling of the events of what happened on the beaches of Dunkirk to 400,000 soldiers during 1940 World War II. There's no traveling to distant planets, or there's no dreams within dreams concepts, or even a Joker terrorizing Gotham City. Okay, this is a dramatic retelling of a historical event. But don't be mistaken, just because of the war content, this is still very distinctly a Christopher Nolan film. It very much feels like his work. And that's probably because of the way this film is structured, because like some of Nolan's other films such as The Prestige, Batman Begins, and Memento, this doesn't follow a typical linear structure. It divides its focus into 3 different time strands. Put simply, land, sea, and sky. Each of these different strands follows a different group of characters in a different set of time. On land, we follow 3 of the soldiers on the beach, and those are played by Fionn Whitehead, and Iron Barnard and Harry Styles. That takes place over 1 week. On the sea, we have the civilian sailors played by Mark Rylance, Tom Glencairney, and Barry Keoghan, and that takes place over 1 day. And in the sky, we have the 2 Spitfire pilots played by Jack Lowden and Tom Hardy, and that just takes place over 1 hour. And Nolan is like this master braider because he manages to interweave all these plots over and under each other. They're not always in a linear fashion, but it all seems very seamless when you're watching it. And that's the interesting thing about Dunkirk, because there isn't really one lead character that we follow. It's more of a collective ensemble drama, which goes to show the complexity of war and the horror and the heroism that comes with that. And Christopher Nolan also wrote the script for Dunkirk, and it's very noticeable that there is a lack of dialogue in this film. Rather than get bogged down in a dialogue-heavy script, Nolan chooses to tell the story through amazing visuals, stunning set pieces, and a heart-pounding score from Hans Zimmer. All these elements work so well together to create this atmospheric feeling of relentless dread. Oh, the sound mixing in this is also incredible. The way that Zimmer incorporates that looming Spitfire sound into the music, it just makes you feel like you're there on that beach, and that's why it feels so scary to watch this. And what also adds to that terror is just because of how genuinely real it feels, and that's because Nolan is such an avid user of practical effects. He's always tried to use CGI sparingly, and in a film like this, it just makes it feel all the more tangible. Nolan uses genuine ships and planes from that era in order to create that extra layer of authenticity. He also attached IMAX cameras to planes in order to capture those aerial dogfights, and the end results are both dizzying and gulp-inducing. I was on the edge of my seat for it all. And credit also needs to be given to the cinematographer Hoyt van Hoytma. Wow. He's probably the frontrunner already for Best Cinematography at the Oscars next year. What he's managed to pull off with IMAX cameras is just, it's on another level. There's a lot of long, fluid, very wide takes in this which capture so much detail. And it's because of that detail that gives the film that immersive quality. It feels like you're part of it. This film will test your comfort zone just because of how all the elements work together in such a visceral way. The sound, the space, that ticking clock. Oh, this is not an easy viewing film, but the actual results are astonishing. And even though this film is from start to finish one long battle sequence, there is an intimate quietness present to the chaos that unfolds. Nolan takes the time to show us these characters in vulnerable situations or doing stuff that's morally compromising just in order to survive. There's a scene on the beach where a soldier takes the uniform off a dead British soldier in order to jump the queue for evacuation. And Cillian Murphy's shell-shocked soldier also begs Mark Rylance's character to turn back from Dunkirk because of the terror he's already witnessed. And there's even a haunting moment where the 3 soldiers are sitting on the beach and they witness one of the soldiers basically taking off all his uniform and diving into the ocean in hopes they might be able to swim back home. And all these tender little moments just make this film so human and so somber. As far as negatives go for this film, the only things that I can really think of is that during the louder moments of this film, when the characters were talking, sometimes you couldn't hear what they were saying. And because of the 12A rating, you don't really see a lot of blood or gore, which I guess might be a good thing for some people, but at the same time, I don't think it accurately depicts the gruesomeness of war. But otherwise, they are just minor quibbles in an otherwise thoroughly breathtaking movie. In true Nolan fashion, it delivers on the spectacle but has time for the smaller moments. It ticks all the right boxes: great acting, amazing score, it's well edited, it's beautifully structured, it's well shot, and the special effects are phenomenal, and it all coalesces together perfectly to create this masterful film. And it genuinely has an immersive quality that most 3D movies can't even match. I predict it's going to be a frontrunner for the Oscars next year, and it will definitely be nominated in a lot of the, technical categories, but it definitely deserves to be nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Cinematographer. And if Dunkirk does win all three, then rightfully so. It's about time Christopher Nolan got Academy recognition. Yeah, guys, I implore you to go see Dunkirk. It is absolutely breathtaking. And if you can, go see it in IMAX 70mm, the way that Christopher Nolan intended, okay? I'm actually have to go see it again next week in IMAX because I know I'm not going to get that same experience watching it at home on Blu-ray or big flat screen TV. It's event cinema, okay? Thanks again, Christopher Nolan, for once again raising that bar and absolutely smashing audience expectations. It gives me absolute pleasure to say that Dunkirk is a 10 out of 10. Thanks so much for watching, guys. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Airfield, and I'll see you next time.